Okay, so we are continuing to solve proportions. So proportions are just two ratios set equal to each other. Okay? Now, if you look at 1 and 2, the difference between what you did last night and what we're doing today is that there's not just one number or one term in each corner. Okay? If you notice, in this one it has 5x minus 3 on the bottom of that first ratio. So what I encourage you to do is first put parentheses around that because you want that entire quantity to stay together. And then you can either cross multiply or use the shoestring method, shoelace method, whatever it is. I know that some of my freshmen coming in now call it the shoestring method, so I don't know if that's new or if you guys learned that, but either way we're cross multiplying to multiply the corners. So I am going to take 6 times 5x minus 3. Notice I put the parentheses around it just like we started out our problem with at the beginning. Equals, we have to cross the other way, 12 times 11. Now, I know that you could probably do 12 times 11 right off the bat, but for sake of notes, I would write that down so you know where all the numbers come from. Okay, somebody help me out. 12 times 11, what do we get? That's 11 times 11 is 121. So what would 12 times 11 be? 132. Equals. If we want to solve this, what do we need to do on the right side? Distribute. That's right. So we're going to get 6 times 5x is 30x. And 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. And now you just solve this equation just like any other equation. So we are going to add 18 to both sides. We get 150 equals 30x. Divide by 30, and you get x equals 5. Questions about that one? Okay, number 2, what should we do first? What would I recommend? Parentheses around anything that's more than one term. So, I'd put parentheses around x minus 3 and then I would cross multiply. Go ahead and try that, please. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to do 2 times x minus 3 equals, I'm going to cross the other way, x times 3 is 3x. Now this one looks a little bit different because there's an x on both sides, but we're going to solve it the exact same way. Okay? So,
wait.
Yes?
Would it still be the same thing if I just did parentheses equals x times 3 or no?
No.
No.
The 2 has to be there. Do you have the 2 there?
Yeah, I had the 2.
Yeah. If you flip-flopped sides, that's completely fine. If you did 2 times the quantity of x minus 3 equals 3x, that's okay.
But like, I did.
So let's go ahead and finish solving here. So we get 3x equals, distribute, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So now instead of combining just some numbers or some constants, we're going to combine the x's by moving the 2x to the other side. When you move it, you're going to do the opposite. So we're going to subtract 2x. Excuse me. 3x minus 2x is 1x, or just x, equals negative 6. So, is it okay to get positive numbers? Yes. Is it okay to get negative numbers? Yes. Is it okay to get fractions? Yes. Just leave them as fractions. Okay? No need to do decimals or anything like that. Questions? Okay. Number 3. The perimeter of a rectangle is 110 centimeters. The ratio of the length to the width is 4:1. Find the length, the width, and the area. What would I suggest that you do first? Yes. Draw a picture of a rectangle. and label it. It says that the perimeter is 110 centimeters. And then it says that the ratio of the length to the width is 4 to 1. So, it is not that the length is 4 and the width is 1, because that would not give you a perimeter of 110. But we could make that 4x and 1x. We can figure out what x has to be to make this true, to make this work. So talk to me about perimeter. How do we find perimeter of any object? Add up all the sides, right? And in a rectangle, we know that opposite sides are equal. So this is also 4x, and this is also 1x. And again, you might be able to do some mental math here, but for sake of notes, I would write this step down. I would say 1x plus 4x plus 1x plus 4x equals your perimeter, which is 110. Combine like terms, so all those x's need to be added together, and you should get 10x equals 110. And if you divide by 10, you get x equals 11. Questions about how we got x? Okay, so if x is 11, that means that this is the length, and the length is 4x, so that'd be 4 times 11. So the length would be 44 what? What would the units be? Centimeters, that's right. And this is the width, 1x. Well, if x is 11, 1 times 11 means that the width is 11 centimeters. You could check your answer to make sure everything was right if you did 44 plus 11 plus 44 plus 11. And if you do that, what should you get? 110. Any questions about that? They told us that the length to the width was 4 to 1, so I made this my length and this my width with a ratio of 4 to 1. I know that the length is longer because it has a ratio of 4 pieces or 4 parts to 1 part. So the length is going to be longer than the width. How do we find area of a rectangle? What is the formula? That's right. So we know that our length is 44 and our width is 11. So somebody help me out. 44 times 11.
484. Is it not? It's not. I forgot how to multiply without a calculator.
484 what? What are the units?
I thought you said 400.
Centimeters? Shh. Squared. Okay? Think about this. Shh. If you're finding perimeter, that's just a length. A length of fencing that you're putting up. Okay? The length of the walls, whatever.